Alright, so Jund Cats, Jund Aristocrats. For those that are newer to Magic, the term Aristocrats refers to an archetype that is focused around playing cards that sacrifice things for value. So in this case, we are playing Priest to the Forgotten Gods to sacrifice things like Gutterbones and Reassembling Skeleton and other creatures to get triggered with things like Midnight Reaper and Judith here. As far as the sideboard is concerned, are there things I might want to change here? This looks stock-ish. I feel like not having Lava Coil in my 75 is probably a miss. How many red sources are in this deck? 14. Yeah, I think playing red and not playing Lava Coil in this format's a pretty big miss. I think there's too many anti-control cards in this sideboard. Diamond Mare is an anti-aggro card because the majority of the cards in this deck are black. Alright. Couple small changes. Let's dive into some matches here. Better than just Fountain? Yeah, I think so. It blocks meaningfully. Like a 1/3 blocker does have a text box against things like white aggro and red aggro. The bottom of Platinum won't let you go. As someone who's been 1 win away from Mythic and then slid back down to Diamond 4 more times than he cares to admit, you'll get there eventually. Seems like not amazing, but it's fine. Yeah, the not having the downtime of having to like trade decks out is a nice one of the nice parts about Arena for sure. I think I want to lead on Skeleton over Priest here. You know, I wonder if this deck wants Rick Smatty. Rick Smatty's sweet with Skeleton and Gutterbones, and it just, like, generates solid card advantage. If that's something we're maybe interested in. Wild Growth Walker. That's probably a kill on sight for me, huh? I think I pass, let them play their Explorer creature, trophy, and response. Oh, the Modern League was great today. Was a really awesome set. So I'm just going to take a hit for 1 here. And the reason why I'm taking the hit rather than trophying proactively like I plan to is because I don't want them to play Vivian Reed because this is going to give them an untapped land. I do think I still just want to kill this because if they gain a bunch of life, if they rip an Explorer creature, that would be really bad for me. So giving them a land feels kind of bad, but I think it's correct to do so. I could maybe see it being correct to play Vraska and plus her here and sacrifice the Skeleton, because if I hit a 5th land, I could do Judith and Priest next turn, which is kind of appealing. That being said, playing the Judith out proactively to bait a removal spell to maybe clear the way for Priest to resolve is nice. And if they, like, kill Priest here, or kill Judy here, then maybe I can play Priest plus Judith next turn. Perfect. Vraska plus Judith plus Reassembling Skeleton is kind of hot. It's a kind of sweet engine. That's incredibly unfortunate. What is that? things that don't bode well for our hero. Kinda just got picked apart there. Lava Coil's pretty good in this matchup. Angrath is great. Midnight Reaper's good at trading for their stuff. I think I want to just trim some of my lower quality cards, like Stitcher Supplier here. Is Gruesome Menagerie something I'm interested in? It's kind of like a draw 3 in a roundabout way. Like, puts 3 things into play. Getting Priest back into play seems reasonable a lot of the time. It's a Drill Bit matchup. Drill Bit does clear out Planeswalkers before they hit the table, as well as Hydrate Crisis, but I kind of feel like I can just play through those things if I have the right amount of grind going. I'm going to leave 1 supplier in, so I have an extra 1 drop for the Gruesome Menagerie. I think this is a mulligan. Just like the mana's awkward, and I don't have any of my good payoffs, really. The sand's much better. Hopefully find another creature to go with the Priest here and the Gutterbones. The fact that Priest ramps us into Gruesome Menagerie is kind of sweet. Well, at least it's not exiled. Hopefully this will fill the bin up, so that way this Gruesome Menagerie will have some other things to get. And this has been my experience with this pile of garbage just every time I've played it. Just like, put 3 non-creatures into the bin. They took everything. I don't think Lumbering Battlement fixes any problems that Bantpod has, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't. People tend to overboard cards like Duress in my experience. I agree that in general, Duress isn't that good against us. It was good there, though. That's true. At least we're not. It's easier to just, like, you know, that's just how it goes when we're not setting aflame our rink while we do it. Yep. At least they don't have a fast clock here. Gosh, I've had that happen too, Tower Knight. Alright, well, if we draw another Gruesome Menagerie, there's 3 hits in there. Lava Coil. Alright, let's exile your Hydrate Crisis, and then I'm going to leave this back to block, I think. Because we are solidly losing this race at the moment. Then we have to, like, hope that the top of our deck is better than the top of the Sultai deck, which is pretty unlikely. I'm going to leave this in my hand because they boarded in Duress, so hopefully they'll Duress and miss. That's the reason why it's exciting to Lava Coil a Hydrate Crisis. I'm gonna no blocks here, because if I draw Judith, I get to kill their board. The Judith triggers shoot this, and they have to sacrifice this. Are we still dead? I think we drew the best card in our deck, and we're still just dead. That game kind of felt like a good example of why synergy decks like this can struggle. One of the things that we often talk about when you're assessing brews is looking at the cards in the deck and then comparing how many of the cards in this deck see play in other decks in the format. And when you play these cards that are kind of individually weak in a deck like this, you can have a hard time when your synergies don't come together, because when you're just left with a couple of the pieces and your cards don't have the other pieces to make them good, our card quality is just low on average. Sure. Gimpy, thanks for the 2/3 of a year of support there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Like a red-black aggro draw here on the play. Gruesome Menagerie has been a card that I've been kind of consistently underwhelmed with in this format. Just like the way you kind of have to warp your deck in order to make Gruesome Menagerie playable doesn't feel like it's worth the payoff. You missed the deck before this one? Was it fun? Yeah, Gruul Aggro is great, Big Kitty. I think that's one of the better decks in the format right now. Kind of punished for not playing Flameblade Artist out, huh? It's called Jun Cats, because cats is a common typo for Aristocrats. Yeah, Gruul Aggro is one we played on stream a few times before, so you'll find a few videos with it. Thanks for running late today. I had to run a bunch of errands, so I didn't catch most of it, but I hope you had a good stream. Yeah, definitely, Luxmore. And I'm actually going to be running late on... I'm going to be running late on Fridays moving forward, so my schedule changed a little bit. So Fridays, I have something I have to do in the morning, so I'm not starting till about 10 a.m., so I'm planning to run till about 5 o'clock on Mondays and Fridays. Mondays just an extra long stream, and then Fridays are a start late, end late. So they're dead. Moment of Craving saves them. Oh, I guess not quite. They live at 1 here. Well, I guess I could have gruesomed. Doesn't really matter. We can save gruesome for if they hit Cry. We beat Esper when they miss land drops. Water, wet, grass, green, etc., etc. Huh. I'm gonna trim Trophy. I think I'm gonna trim Vraska too. I think I'd rather have the creatures as my engine. I guess Priest isn't amazing here. Priest is nice in the event that they board in Lyra, though, which is appealing. Yeah, I'm gonna leave Priest. Sometimes they have Hostage Taker too. Post board. Esper Control likes to go in a lot of different directions post board. Stalking Vulture, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. And this is a great example of another reason why this Gruesome Menagerie just leaves a lot to be desired. Like, this is the setup required to make Gruesome Menagerie playable means that the payoff that you're getting is not proportional to the amount of work that you have to do to make that payoff happen. In my experience, there's too much exile in the format. There's too many awkward hands where it doesn't line up well. What is Party Bus? I had to sub to ask. If you look on my decks page here, you can find the latest Esper Party Bus list that we played this morning. It'll also be up on my YouTube channel, my website later tonight. The specific Party Bus refers to Lumbering Battlement, is the Magic the Gathering card that we refer to as the Party Bus here. Why is Battlement good? I don't know if it's good, but it's definitely sweet. It's a card that's kind of sweet because it puts a large creature into play that even if they kill it, you get value out of it by re-triggering all your Enter the Battlefield effects. So if they have a removal spell here, they get to kill Angrath. We get to draw a card, though. Like, I just don't have any individually powerful cards in my deck at this point to, like, play a catch-up mechanic. Well, this is a free block, right? Hey, this is an endless 1/1 for 2, Marty. This is the Olive Garden of 1/1s for 2. Don't you put down my Reassembling Skeleton. He's going places, okay? I love how you mentioned that you don't have any individually powerful cards in your deck as you drew the skeleton. What kind of place is he going to? Asking the real questions. Endless game 3s, chat. Just endless game 3s. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that value. It's gonna be an endless 2/1. Now if they attack, I get to block and deal them a damage. This little skeleton's moving up in the world, chat, and they're going places. They're doing things. We have drawn a lot of lands this game. That being said, like, again, our deck doesn't have a lot of catch-up mechanics in it to, like, make us be in a better spot. Thanks, I think. I'm waiting for the second cry rip. Don't you put that voodoo on us, Tower Knight. So you can put us, end this misery. Oh no. Back back to mining Jeff quotes to using corporate trading material. Oh, we drew the incredibly powerful Stitcher supplier. Tremble in fear. They absorbed the Stitcher supplier. Put the fear of God in him. Yeah, you get that 1/1 for one opponent. You do it. You do it. It was the best card in our deck. We didn't even know it. Oh, no. Oh, no. They've taken our breadsticks hostage, chat. They've taken the breadsticks away from us. I have nothing left to live for. All right, let's take a look at this deck list and talk about some changes we could make and why I would make them. I like the Esper list better. Oh no, there's a third game. I forgot they stumbled and died in the first one. All right, I'm gonna cut these gruesome menageries from my deck. I'm gonna cut these Stitcher suppliers. We're gonna make some of the changes that we're about to make after this match is done. Gruesome Stitcher supplier and gruesome menagerie are getting cut. The old drill bit concede line, yep. Okie doke. These drill bits have felt incredibly awkward as well. I'm excited to miss our third land drop and then concede to this Thief of Sanity. Oh, so you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, I agree. Drill bit also seems clunky. Having a real hard time enabling it. Skelly Boy is here. Listen, they don't call him Olive Garden for nothing is all I'm gonna say. Look at this value. We are gonna keep this going on. Look at this skeletons. The gang's all here, chat. All I'm saying is the gang's all here. We're doing that. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but I feel like we're heading in the direction of it. Nine more turns, little priest. I believe in you. I believe in a thing called love. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Won't you take me to Value Town? Won't you take me to Value Town? Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. If we keep jamming must counter threats such as Gutterbones and Reassembling Skeleton, we can't lose. Oh no, they're gonna flip Search for Azcanta, chat. This card advantage would be great if we wanted to draw any of the cards in our deck. This is the most complicated punishing fire I've ever... Hey, we're drawing cards too, okay? I'm drawing a card every turn too. Why you have to be so mean? Why you have to be so mean? Judy is here to lead our skeletons to victory, okay?
Hurry.
Don't you shame my skeletons. They've got feelings too, okay? I think we are en route to victory here, okay? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh! You got him right where we want him, chat. We got him on the ropes. Take that, Tefri. Alright, never beating a cry of the Canarium, so push my chips into the center of the table. They've only got 6 looks at cry, chat. Draw step, Tefri, 4 is Canta activation, so basically only 6, you know? Kaya's Wrath, you know, that's fine. That's fine. Most of these cats come back. Most of these cats kill Tefri, and then they come back, okay?
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Oh, yeah.
Never seen water burn no fire.
Who would win? A hidden temple or one chainy boy? We drew a good card. Oh my gosh, they missed on their Canta activation. Whew. 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 Oh, they missed on the Canta activation. That is rich. That is good. That's good for the home team, chat.
No fire.
That is excellent for the home team. We found the card we wanted to draw. Yep. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray. Absorb me. So I'm not going to put this into play, because if they hit Cry, I don't want them to exile it. I can just end step bring the skeleton back. If they hit Cry with this, I can Duress it. Because if they hit Cry, they might sit on it for a turn, because they don't want to just get one skeleton. Craven a little skeleton over there. It's incredibly rude. Hey, look, more discard spells that don't really have text.
No fire, no steel.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass here. Nah, I'm just gonna play this one out too. They're gonna hit Cry, and then they're gonna get to kill Angrath. It's gonna be incredibly sad. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this one and talk about what we would do and how we could massage it a little bit. Maybe get ourselves into the realm of something playable. All right, so again, the biggest thing that I would want to change in this deck is I want to increase the power level of the average card we are playing. So, Gruesome Menagerie. Drill Bit requires attackers. Stitcher Supplier is hoping to put things into your bin. I actually think the Reassembling Skeleton alongside Judith is actually pretty sweet and seems like something worth leaning into. I would get this last Midnight Reaper in the main. I actually think Vraska and Angrath is a really sweet combination. So, Vraska Angrath is an example. This is an example of a playable synergy. So, Vraska and Angrath are both like reasonable cards on their own. But when you put them together, they're two great flavors that taste good together. So Angrath goes, yoink your big creature, and then Vraska goes, sacrifice the big thing that I yoinked. So that two separate cards that individually you look at these cards and go, yeah, those are sweet, I want to play those. But then together, they're also good. All right, let's search for afterlife creatures here. Orzhov Enforcer's excellent. Are there any other good... What are good black 1-drops that we can play? What are some good black 1-drops? Or what are the green cards worth playing? It feels like the green's kind of forced at this point. Although Vraska's kind of a good engine. Footlight Fiend is a great one. I like Footlight. That's a great suggestion. Super easy to cast. Kills things with Judith. I like that. Poison Tip Archer. That's a green card that might be worth playing. I don't hate that idea. It's like another Judith style thing. Now that we're not like trying to make Gruesome Menagerie work. Something like this could be sweet to lean into being aggressive. Is Revival better than Find? I don't think so. I'm not even sure I want that style of effect. Like, what do we think of this? This doesn't seem unreasonable. This seems fine. As far as the sideboard goes, Diamond Mare, let's replace these with Moment of Craving. I think that's much better against the aggressive decks then. Diamond Mare. The idea of trophies, better than Bedevil. Big Vraska for the board. I think that's a little bit too expensive. How many lands does this deck on? 23, that's probably fine. I wouldn't mind another source of card advantage for the board. Honestly, just a third Angrath is probably fine. This card's kind of sweet. Let's give this a try. Cindervines in the board. Oh, I really like that, actually. That's a card that's good against control, that's also good in other places. I like that. I like that idea. This is a good suggestion. Alright, let's do it. How many lands are we on? We are on 23 lands, which might be a touch light, but for the most part, our curve ends at 3, so I think that's okay. I'm not a big fan of Rhythm of the Wild in general. In general, in this format, you want your payoffs, especially ones that you want to be good against control, to be individually powerful, as opposed to being a card that needs another card to make them good. What's our deck of the day? The Modern deck, if you're into Modern, we played Vanifier Pod again today, and that deck was awesome in Modern. The Standard deck of the day, I think, is going to be Esper Party Bus.
Honey.
Hi, wifey.
Look what my friends at work got me.
What'd they get you?
It's a donut cake.
A donut cake?
It's a gigantic donut. Like, it's not even cake, it's just a donut.
want to show chat your donut cake?
Yeah. But it's not even it's not cake though, it's donut.
Today's a National Hoaglandian holiday, by the way, chat. It's Christy's birthday.
Oh, but wait, look. I gotta show them what it looked like when it was whole. It's an actual donut. That's like bigger than Jeff's head, which is pretty damn big.
You hear the support I have? She's so mean to me. I love you, wife.
Hi. It's not a cake, it's a donut. It's a gigantic donut. Do you want some or do you want real food?
I want real food. No, I'll take a thing.
You'll take a slice of donut?
I'll take a sugar, please.
A slice of donut?
I'll take some sugar.
Wait, do you want a slice of donut or do you want one of these like monkey bread things?
Oh, monkey bread. Aim for monkey bread.
Well, maybe it's more like a cinnamon muffin.
I'll take it. Listen, I'm fat and American. I'm not picky about my sugar delivery device.
Bye.
Clet's lied to me. She's not 36. No, she's in fact not 36. Ranked 80th, facing 88%, ready to fall into the abyss. Godspeed and may things turn out well for you, Waterfalls.
Are you gonna come celebrate the National Woodlandian holiday?
I will at some point. I love you.
Okay.
Your mom's here, right?
Fine, my mom's here.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And my brother.
Okay. Alright, so we have what we see here, a very classic standard matchup. We have Scary Terry versus the, versus Olive Garden and Friends. This is actually, like, not a terrible draw here. Lets us add more pressure to the table that comes back again and again and again. Makes their counterspells pretty mediocre. I think I just bin the skeleton here. If I hit a land, I get to bring it back. Priest is absurd in this matchup. It's very, very good. Yeah, this engine is sweet. This is a kind of low power level card, but the fact that, like, it's good with Vraska, it's good with Priest, it's good with Judith, it's good with Midnight Reaper, I think it's good with enough things in this deck to be worth having in. It's definitely kind of close. Ever played D&D? I played a ton of 3.5 during undergrad. It's been a while since I played, though. Oh, you know what? I probably should play her first to play around Spell Pierce, huh? Never punished. Feels like we've run away. We've run away with this game. Yep, sweet. Alright, trophy, coils, I think Duress, maybe some of these moments. Angrath is slow. I don't really want Midnight Reaper hammering my health total. At least some Vraska can come out. This is still 4 cards. How many creatures are in my deck? 26. Do Do I just cut Orzhov? Yeah, I was gonna say, is Orzhov Enforcer the cut? I'm worried that cutting this many creatures means that I don't have enough food for my priest, though, is part of the worry. Yeah, maybe I don't want Duress, and I just, like, want my extra removal. I could see that. Just bring in the moment and, like, leave 3 Enforcers in. I am a little bit worried about not having enough creatures. I'm like, I have 10 pieces of removal, like, plus Judith, plus priest, plus these. So, yeah, I think maybe I don't want Duress here. Yeah, I think I like that. Yeah, the fact that Poison Tip Archer has reach is super relevant in this matchup. Super, super relevant. So, I'm not sure if I want to jam Priest here or not. I think so. Plus, on these last 2 days, is play sweet decks and just concede for plus life EV against Texas unless you actually got game? Yeah, I think so, Bob. Think I just jam this. They need Essence Capture here exactly, and they only have 4 of those. And if they don't have Essence Capture for this card runs away with the game pretty quick. Yeah, if this, and like, so, like, it feels bad if this gets Essence Captured, but once they get to their 3rd turn and have 3 mana, Wizard's Retort also counters this, so playing it now when they have less things to deal with it is ideal, I think. So I think this is like a trophy inside of combat, untapped trophy again. Really hoping to draw a 1 or 2 mana creature next turn, so that way I can, like, trophy plus play up, bait. So if they have 2 counters here, we bait one with this next trophy, and then we draw a creature and then kill their thing with priest, ideally. So, want to draw a 1 or 2 mana creature next turn. I think I just tagged the Obsession here, because now Gutterbones can trade with Trickster.
Don't flatter yourself.
Huh. I wasn't prepared for that to work. Let's sack him out. Like, this thing goes up by 2 a turn. She's really good in this matchup if she can stick. Most permanents are good in this matchup if they can stick.
That got my attention.
Nice waterfall. Okay. I think I just Lava Coil one of these. I'm gonna hold on to this trophy as kind of an emergency button. It would be really nice if we could draw another creature. We do want to kill these Storm Tamers eventually anyways, because they do insulate them from priest activation. Just want to spend my mana every turn here. So they need Dive Down plus another counterspell here. Perfect. This deck feels pretty reasonable, and that we cut some of the chaff out of it. Vraska is really sweet. Did we sign all the creatures? Yeah, most of them. Old QWERTY, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. I think now that I found another creature that's recursive, I just want to cash this in. I think I'm just going to use this to draw a card here. I get to target them, bin both of these, and then I get to bring them both back. If I would have floated mana, I would have been able to play this tapped. I don't think it matters. I got plenty of stuff going on. They need like an entrancing melody, and even then they're still pretty far behind because I have Assassin's Trophy. So like next turn I attack for 4, and then drain them down to 4, and then replay my things and draw 2 cards, so... I wouldn't be surprised if this is a concession trophy. Have a good one, Garden. I'll catch you on Monday. I'm taking the weekend off again. I'll be back for a long stream Monday morning. Solidly into garbage time here. Although Judith will speed things up for us. Priest doesn't get her hands dirty. No attacking here. Get him. Get him. Alright, on the scoreboard. It's an improvement over the last one already. Priest is too busy DJing the Massacre to get involved. You know what's kind of funny? Remember the first build we played with Gruesome Menagerie? That was actually there was actually a list that was card for card off an MTG Goldfish instant deck tech. I thought they must have like screened those or played some games with it, but that must not be the case. I can't imagine that list makes it through to anywhere after you play some games with it. And do our best red block deck impersonation here. Discovery. Could be something Grixis. Could be blue-black mid. Definitely just play Judith here and smack them for 2. You have both cards on top. It's a little scary. 5th land and a green source to boot is pretty sweet here. Just looking to dodge Cry of the Canarium, basically. Ritual Assault, not a big deal. That is not Cry mana. Angrath is a solid answer to Grixis. So is Vraska 4, honestly. What is my favorite contribution to competitive Magic throughout my time brewing and iterating on decks? My favorite deck of all time that I've spent a lot of time working on was Teamer Flash during RTR Innistrad Standard. They probably have Kaya's Wrath. I think they're blue-black. If we get Ritual Assaulted here, we, like, draw 3 cards, deal them 3, and, like, get our skeleton back, so that's not even that good. Like, anything other than Cry is, like, reasonable for us. Yeah, House of Shaker's kind of annoying. Without a removal spell here, we're kind of in a bad spot. Whoa, did they just take the bait? Did they not realize Judith gets a trigger? They must not have realized Judith gets a trigger, right? That block is incredibly good for us. I love me a crappy flash deck too. That flash deck set me on my spiral of playing too much competitive Magic. Got me an open top 8 and a couple of top 16s and all sorts of fantastic stuff. Yep. Alright, looking for a Planeswalker here. Looking for a Judith, looking for a Midnight Reaper. Yeah, Poison Tip Archer is similar. So, we talked about this a little bit, Tantric. So, this deck has more ways to synergize with Reassembling Skeleton than a lot of the other decks that people have tried to shove him into. So, this deck has Poison Tip Archer that synergizes with it to a degree. This deck has Judith. This deck has Midnight Reaper. This deck has Priest of the Forgotten Gods. It's not just synergizing with one specific card. So, it is an individually weak card like we've talked about in the past, but it has more synergy points in a deck like this than in a lot of other decks that people have tried to shove it into. So, we're giving it a chance. They don't have a removal spell. Poison Tip Archer keeps Vraska from dying, and Vraska plus Reassembling Skeleton's another engine. Like, just pay 2 mana, get to draw a card with my Planeswalker, which is pretty good. Yeah, I agree. Poison Tip Archer's got a lot of relevant text on it. Yep. It's good against that, too. I expect we'll see this attack here, which I think I'm obligated to block this. If I'm gonna have a chance to power through, it's gonna be with Vraska. Only does 3. I could just trade Vraska for this. Like, can my 2 Reassembling Skeletons deal 8 here? They might be able to, honestly. I think I want to just do this. What's going on, Hammy? Life is swell. And now, if they don't hit Contempt and they don't hit Vraska, Vraska can kill Thief next turn and still live, which is great. Sabotage my Gutterbones. Yep. Yep. Resolves. Our bed. Hey, maybe they'll put a third Reassembling Skeleton into our bin. And we'll be able to bring 3 of them back this turn. And, like, the skeletons help us get Gutterbones back. Eldest Reborn isn't good here because I have Skeleton. Oh, they drew us a Gutterbones. Thank you. There's trophies in our deck. Assassin's Trophy. God bless America. It was the single best hit in our deck. And both of our basics are in play. What a tilt. Alright, so we're looking... I guess Angrath would have been good for them here, too. So looking to dodge. Looking to hit an Angrath here. Grab this thief and hit them with it. It's funny that they keep playing these discard spells, and I'm like, oh no, my hand. This isn't my hand. This is my dredge hand. Planeswalker. Alright. Alright, who's got 2 thumbs and is never beating Cry of the Canarium? This guy right here. Alright, your move, Yugi boy. This is all I got. These are my friends. You got a friend in me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Us skeletons assemble. Quiggly. Oh, they drew us another Gutterbones. Get your head out of the gutter, chat. We got skeletons to play. Betcha I find the attack with all hotkey next turn. Betcha I find the attack with all button. We did it. Hooray. Do 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 do. Ah, sweet. I dig it. Do you dig it, chat? Can you dig it? Do. As annoying as it was to get our thing trophied, I think I want trophies to kill their large things. I think I want Duress as a way to tag Cry of the Canarium. Seems reasonable. I'm gonna trim a Footlight Fiend for the last Duress for that purpose. I feel like this session with this deck has been a great example of, like, starting with a deck that's kind of clunky, like, identifying some of the problems it has, and then being able to, like, sculpt into something that's a little bit more cohesive. I think Trophy's enough. Maybe I'm supposed to have some Lava Coil in my deck, too. That's true. Trophy can be annoying, or Hostage Shaker can be annoying. I don't want to become too reactive, though, is part of the issue. Weird how putting good cards in your deck makes it good, right? And it's not even just strictly about just playing good cards so much as it's like maximizing the individual card quality. That's the same thing. I'm an idiot. Or making it so our cards like Reassembling Skeleton that aren't really individually powerful have a plethora of synergies to play into them. Yeah, that makes more sense. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. It's just Skelementary. What could it be? I will say this. I've been a pretty big fan of 4-mana Vraska in both this and the Abzan hero deck that we've been working on. Cards definitely overperformed in both these shells. They thought Erasure me, and I still have a 2-drop here, because Reassembling Skeleton is baller. Hey! Thought erasure bug. Thought erasure this. Don't cry of the canary on me. Don't cry me. Don't cry me. Stop it. Have a heart. God bless us. Everyone. Here's Judy. I think I'm okay letting them deal a hit with Diva Sanity. Means hitting them for 5 this turn. Give the old 1-2. Wonder if we'll see Ritualist Soot happen here. If they Ritualist Soot, they take 3 down to 8, and then 2 of my cards end up coming back. Their Thief did get to draw a card, so it's kind of just a 1-for-1. Detection Tower is a bit of a meme here. It feels like 2018 where Carnage Tower was a thing to be afraid of. Yeah, I agree, Panza. I think Detection Tower is much worse than Field of Ruin in the current format. A lot of Azcanta decks. They took my Gutterbones, chat. That's rude. Do you have a Moment of Craving for my Judith? Oh. Oh, friendo. Sequencing, friendo. Sequencing, friendo. Think I'd rather trophy this than pick Gutterbones back up. I just realized Reassembling Skeleton is holding his own head. Is holding his head with his detached arm, endearing for sure. Is he? He definitely is. That's funny. Black mana would definitely be useful. They draw a counterspell. Even if they drew a counterspell here, that's like kind of okay for us. Moment's pretty good for them. I would love to draw a Black Source next turn if we draw a land, so that way I can, like, bring back both Gutterbones and replay one of them. So, like, apply max pressure here. Perfect. Perfect. These threats are, like, uniquely annoying for the opponent's deck to deal with. It's like wearing you down. Yeah, the death by paper cuts is a very apt description of, like, what's occurring. I think I'm actually gonna bin this Gutterbones because I just get to pick him back up, right? Alright, don't cast Cry. Oh, I should have shocked in the land. If I would have shocked in the land, I could have... Wow, that's actually a huge punt. That is a huge punt on my part. If I would have shocked in the land, I would have attacked them with this turn, and then gotten back a Gutterbones. That is a really big mistake. And now they're at 3, and I can't actually hit them with this Reassembling Skeleton. So now my mistake has snowballed. Yeah, wow. I think we're gonna lose this game. If I'd have shocked in that land, I'd have had 2 creatures in play right now, and they'd be at 1 and they'd have died. Really small decision that looked like it didn't matter. That was a hugely mattered. What stream is this? Justice? I don't understand. It doesn't compute. Yeah, Priest could maybe pull us through. We definitely have live draws, but we're just behind now, whereas they would literally be dead if I had made the correct play. Angrath would also have been lethal there. Vraska would be a fine draw because she would start generating card advantage for us. That's fine. We won game 1, so we're going to get a game 3 if we end up losing this. And games like this are just such a great example of, like, needing to be reflective on, like, the match that you played. Because, like, it's very easy to focus on the fact that I've drawn lands the last 2 out of the 3 draws, rather than the fact that I missed shocking in a land that allowed it to snowball and for me to miss lethal. If you try and look hard enough, you're basically always going to be able to find a reason why the game of Magic you lost wasn't your fault, and often it takes a lot of looking to figure out where specifically you went wrong. I was just about to say Angrath might be able to drag us kicking and screaming through this.
Here be monsters. Your crew for my freedom? A fair price.
Alright, they're going to 2. Which means, another Angrath here is lethal off the top. We have 1 more of those. TLDR, they always have it, we never have it. Right? Just incredibly unlucky. That's exactly what I said. Salt, 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 salt. Poison Tip Archer and Judith are good draws from this position as well. Hostage Taker has to finish off Angrath, which means Thief of Sanity is forced to trade with my Gutterbones here.
I've weathered tougher storms than you.
Wow. Alright. I think we're done here. Maybe I should take 1 more hit for Angrath there, because I have another Angrath in my deck. That was a close game. It was a really close game, and I punted lethal in a really subtle way. Like, failed to shock in that land, and then everything snowballed from there. Like, my opponent had to have some things line up well for them to happen, but the fact that I didn't shock in that land allowed them to have that series of draws. If I'd have played a little bit tighter, they wouldn't have been in a position to be able to get lucky like they did. Could have mitigated that. Alright, let's do it. Got double Judy to play through the thought erasure that's inevitable. Got old Gutterbones on 1. Would love to draw a 2-drop to play on 2 ideally here. Maybe after that last game, since Hostage Taker was annoying again, maybe I should reconsider and bring in some Lava Coils. Perfect. Not a 2-drop, but gives us action this turn. If they don't have a Cry here or a Moment of Craving for the Judy, we'll be in a great spot. Kind of want them to Thought Erasure, right? So they get to guaranteed get a hit in for 5 next turn. Ritualist, so it's going to be too slow as a sweeper because they're on the draw this game. We have a good 1, 2, 3 curve. Sure, deal. I think because I have 2 Judiths, I'm going to do this. I could see it being correct to hit them for 1 and bring back and replay Gutterbones here, just because I do have double Judith. You know, I genuinely don't remember Red Herring. I'm assuming they're referring to the circle up over here by my opponent's lands, like right below me over here. It felt very reasonable, C-Lab. I actually punted the last game that we lost, but we're in game 3 here of the match. They took our Gutterbones, chat. That was rude. They took Gutterbones out of my hands, but I didn't draw a card. Uh-oh, gross. They have Hostage Taker. I guess I have Priest here, which they kind of have to take. And then if I draw a green source, we can trophy that. Yeah, that was the closest thing to a 1-for-1 that Unmoored Ego has ever been. Wait, what? Why would you... Oh, that was a mistake. I should have kept the red land in my hand, so that way they can't disinformation campaign this away. Yeah, the no green mana could mean we lose to this Hostage Taker. It'll be interesting to see if they take Judith or the Priest. So we need a green source. They're in the tank here. I think it needs to be Priest, because if they don't take the Priest, any creature lets me kill the Hostage Taker as well. Magic is a skillful game, doo-da, doo-da. Magic is a skillful game, oh, the doo-da-day. Do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. Beep, 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 do-do-do-do-do. Ritual of Soot is no longer in out because we're putting them to 3. Oh no! Audio bug.
Before I make you disappear. Pain is weak, leaving the body.
Alright, dead on board. Priest activation kills them because Footlight Fiend does 1. Even if they find their cry at this point, Vraska's engine with Reassembling Skeleton is going to be able to power through most likely. Is the blue Brainstorm creature in there to prevent draws? Or is it for... There's not a blue Brainstorm creature in the deck. I'm not sure what you're referring to. At least not in any build that we've played, because that card's not very good. Hey, Sean Bruno, thanks for the Prime support. Hope you're having a good one. Welcome, welcome. I realized they were dead without me putting the Midnight Reaper into play. But don't you tell me how to live my life. I want to draw my cards. Oh, I forgot to draw with the Vraska. Punted. The standard version. My version of Bant Vanifear does not play the Brainstorm Fish in it. You can find my current version on my website under standard decks. We played a version with that Brainstorm card in it, and it's not very good. If you want to find my preferred iteration, you can always find it on my website. We're actually going to go ahead and wrap things up here. It's about 5:30. We've been playing this one for a little over an hour. I'm really happy with where we finished with that. We took a deck and didn't win any matches, and then we made a bunch of edits to push things around a little bit, and then we won both the matches that we played with it. I was actually kind of impressed with Reassembling Skeleton. I think that this deck has enough synergies with Reassembling Skeleton to make it reasonable. I think in a lot of places, the power level of this card isn't good enough, but we're not just playing it with Priest as a payoff. It's good with Judith. It's good with Midnight Reaper. It's good with Vraska. It's reasonable with Poison Tip Archer even. So I feel like this card is being utilized on enough axes in this deck that it's worth playing. Vraska plus Angrath is another great example of synergy. You can -3 Angrath and take one of their really large creatures, and then you can utilize Vraska to sacrifice it away so you can kill anything with it. Yeah, exactly, Mazer Mouse. So we played Abzan Hero a lot on stream too, and in this deck, Vraska reminded me a lot of from the Abzan Hero deck, which is that this card's just very, very good in the decks that can consistently draw a card every turn with her +2. And between Gutterbones and Skeletons and Orzhov Enforcer, we have plenty of things to do that with in this deck. As always, folks, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Remember, if you're new, please hit that follow button if you enjoy my content. It lets you know when I go live and with what. I'm live every Monday through Friday, and then when the new set releases towards the end of April, I'll be doing some extra weekend time as well. As always, if you want to see more content from myself, you can find it on my website and my YouTube channel. I am going to be taking weekends off completely between now and the end of April, so I'm going to be off tomorrow and Sunday, but I will be back on Monday for a nice long stream. I'm on from 8 a.m. till 5 or 6 p.m. on Mondays. You can find my full schedule on my website, as always. If you prefer to stay on Twitch as opposed to checking out some of my YouTube stuff from my website, I want to find someone else streaming some standard constructed to give a host to here really quick. As always, a shout out to my subs as well. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support, so thanks for keeping me employed, folks, and I'll catch all y'all around on Monday. I think Allie was on. Yeah, it looks like Allie's on.